Welcome to the viewers of SEIML Ventures. I am your host, John Evans. Today we're speaking with Mary Foxworth, who is a certified inclusive sexologist and a certified inclusive sex therapist working with the Neo Health Group in Hong Kong. She is starting a new workshop series, and she's here with us today to tell us about that. So welcome, Mary. Nice to see you.
Hi, John. Thanks for having me.
So let us just jump right in and tell the viewers what your workshop program is all about.
Yeah, sure. I am so excited for this workshop program. I've created it based on my knowledge and experience as a sexologist and as a practitioner, as a sex therapist. There have been a number of key challenges and trends that I've learned that I really feel are more common than we think. So I've created these workshops to sort of, I suppose, empower adults with pleasure-centered education to give people the skills and the strategies to really tackle some of these challenges, but also have more fun and essentially have greater intimacy in relationships. So the themes are quite new, I think, for Hong Kong. I'm really going to be jumping into some areas that have not previously been dealt with in terms of education and workshops in Hong Kong and probably in the wider South Asia, Southeast Asia region. So I'm really excited as well to sort of offer something new to people and just to see as well what people think, how they enjoy it. And it's exciting, it's fresh, it's going to be so much fun.
Okay, now I think the title of your first workshop is Intimacy After Children. Why have you chosen this to start with?
Yeah, so I chose intimacy after children first, based on my experience. Definitely one of the more common challenges that has been presented to me has been around reconnecting as parents, whether they are postpartum or they've been in long-term relationships for many years or decades. Yeah, essentially after children. And it is a common challenge for parents to reconnect because obviously when you have children, your priorities shift. And so there is not a lot of pleasure-centered education around how parents can actually come together again and find that time, find that space, and also find different ways to experience intimacy together. So, I've created this workshop. Again, it's quite a new topic to jump into in terms of a workshop and empowering education. But I really do feel that this is going to have a positive impact in the way that parents either prepare or experience intimacy. Because I don't know if you've heard this before, but there is quite a bit of negativity around what to expect when you're a new parent or when you've had children around the quality of your intimacy in your relationship. So essentially, it's quite like doom and gloom, which I don't think should be the case. It doesn't have to be the case. There are certainly a lot of different strategies and ways that parents can reconnect and enjoy relationships after children. So I hope that this workshop is actually going to be beneficial to parents who are really looking for some education and some strategies to help them, just enjoy greater intimacy in the relationship. So super excited
Yeah.
about this one. Yeah.
Now, who is this workshop targeted for? Men and women, singles, couples only? Who can attend?
Yeah, so I'm an inclusive sexologist. So any expecting or current parent is welcome. Doesn't matter what your gender or sexuality is. Intimacy is for everyone. Every relationship needs intimacy to be fulfilling and enjoyable. I say every relationship, I mean every romantic relationship typically. There's lots of different variations of intimacy, but I'm definitely looking at romantic intimacy, or I suppose more, intimate intimacy. So it's really for expecting, postpartum, or current parents that have been in long-term relationships. It's probably the most inclusive workshop. But yeah, it's really just for any person who is interested to have greater intimacy after children.
Okay. So, what happens in these workshops? What can participants expect?
Yes. So these workshops have been designed to be research led and educational. So, as a sexologist, I am really keen to share empowering education. I want people to be prepared to actually receive education that is based on what we know, solid facts, but also to be progressive. So, when I'm sharing education, I want to actually give people the skills and the knowledge to go one step further than what we already know. And in that sense, I suppose a key differentiation point from some other sexual wellness workshops would be that this one does not have physical touch. So this one
Mhm.
really is education and research led. And then it's also based on my knowledge and experience as a sexologist and a sex therapist. So I hope that that actually makes it, more comfortable for people to come. I definitely want people to feel safe in the environment. So, no physical touch, education. It's going to be at, near health group. So it's actually at the clinic. It's a very safe and professional environment. So yeah, that's what participants can expect. And also I know it's a workshop, but I'm not going to put the onus on individuals to, really have to speak up and be vulnerable unless they are willing to do so. So any sort of sharing is also completely voluntary. It's not obligatory for all participants to participate verbally and share their experiences unless they want to. So again, I want participants to know that it's a comfortable experience, education and research led.
And just a follow up. I mean, how long is it? Is it 1 hour, 30 minutes, or?
I've scheduled it for an hour, and that is based on the fact that it's a lot of education and research. So anything more than an hour, I think, would be too heavy. We're not really our brains are not really wired to just be sitting in one space receiving lectures for hours on end. So I might extend that. And if participants would like to stay longer and keep sharing, then I'm also happy to facilitate that space. But I've also made it an hour because people are busy. I think if people can come for an hour out of their time, especially parents, which is really for the first workshop, expectant current parents, then I need to make sure that that time is actually accessible. So yeah, just 1 hour.
Interesting. Just as a complete aside, it takes me back to my university lecturing days, and if I didn't give the students a break after 1 hour, my ratings went straight down. So I can
Yeah,
understand that
yeah.
1 hour point.
People need a
Okay,
break.
so let's get to the last and really important point. So how do people get in touch with you and book a session?
Yes, so people can book through my website. So it's maryfoxworth.com, and I do have booking availability through the website. But if people also want to contact Neo Health Group, I'm sure there'll be a way that they can be directed through to that. But bookings primarily through my website, and then you can also see the other workshops that I'm planning as well. So the next one will be menopause and intimacy, and I've planned that one especially for International Women's Day. So this one will be the day before that on the 7th of March. And there'll be others coming up throughout the year.
Okay, okay. And we will put the link in the caption to this video so people can also see it if they didn't have time to write it
Great.
down when you spoke. So thanks for your time. It sounds very interesting. I certainly agree with you, having myself worked with Neo Health for many years and sexually related health care matters that, it we always use the word taboo. And so anything that increases education, people's awareness, and ability to communicate can be a positive thing. So I'm sure people will look forward for your workshop. And thank you for your time.
Thanks, John. I'm excited. It's going to be good.